Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Xenosaga Episode 3. Last time, we finally got back on track, enough dicking around in the database and the extra bosses and all that stuff. This time, you are going to want to follow these directions, otherwise you will get lost. And it will be very hard to figure out. Was for me. Anyway, there should be one new type of these guys to fight. Is that it? I think that's it. If not, I'm showing it off anyway because too bad. Let's kill these guys with random attacks because it doesn't really matter at this point. Just start attacking things. They're both weak to ice, so could use ice. I don't think I have anything that's ice. Except for Urtica's Fury. And I'm on fast forward. Probably should have realized that before now. Oh well. I'm lazy. And, yeah. I'm just lazy. That's pretty much it at this point. And since I have it, Phoenix Strike.
Grant freedom to this soul bound by black.
Yeah, I just spent the last hour going over the next hour's worth of plot, so that's why fast forward was on. Certain things I'll end up timing, and I got no items for that. That's rare. Anyway, these little things here, you step on them. They change the angle of the door so you can go in a different direction. As you go through this the first time around, as you're kind of following along with me, hit that one and then no other ones until I tell you to. Basically now it's pretty straightforward. All we have to do is follow the path, and this path goes around the corner. If you ever get stuck like that, you just have to run further down. You're just like hitting the wall or something stupid like that. But yeah, all of these will just change the path, and we don't want to do that yet. And if you start stepping on the wrong ones, you'll get very confused very fast. You'll change the path around, and when you're trying to follow directions, it makes it nigh impossible to get it all figured out again. And as far as I'm aware, there is no reset switch to reset this puzzle, which is really a dick move. I really wish they hadn't done that, but this is for Jin. It's, as you can see, it's basically on par with the one we have now, except for instead of evade, it's strength, so I like that. Might as well put that back on you. It's one of the only ultimate armors that don't show up in the store. Very few of them. I think that probably is the only one, except for I think you get juniors here too, but you can already buy it in the store. And here we get a guest stuff neck, which at this point in the game, we really should be getting better stuff. Max boost +2. I've had +3 for how long now? I've already got a better +2. Why would I use that? Okay, before I get myself confused by talking too much, from this treasure chest, we want to head back to the east. And if I remember correctly, we want to go south. Do not hit that. And then we want to go west. So we should be able to go this way. Now, this one I want to hit. Hit this floor switch. Go south, east, and then north. I'm following along with the written directions on the one of the guides I've been following because I tested it out and it actually works. So we got west, go south, east, north, floor switch. West, north, and normally there would be an enemy here, but I fought him out of order, but that's fine. And then we want to go east, southwest, which means we're basically doing a bunch of little circles, which is Wait, what? That's sad. Even with directions, I still get confused. So we want to go east, which we did. We want to go south, which we did. We want to go east once more. Before I get confused thinking east is west and backwards is forwards. Then we want to hit the floor switch. We go south, west, hit another floor switch, which would be this one. And then we want to go west, north, and then hit another floor switch. If you screw this up, you're all over the place and you have no idea where you're supposed to go. We want to go east, hit a floor switch. And then that's pretty much the puzzle. We've figured the rest of it out here. We have one more enemy to fight, if I can figure out where to go. And fighting through him. As you can see, this brings us back up. It's basically, there's like 3 layers of it, but we have to manipulate it so that we can get up here, so that we can direct ourselves to go to the very north of the screen, which is where we're trying to go in order to proceed. I was literally here for over 2 hours in my test run, and I was not happy because I started playing with it without really figuring out what I was supposed to do. And I'm going to take care of all these guys off screen, but damn, that place is annoying. Okay, I think there's like 4 enemies in this screen there. They're all the same ones that we've been fighting the last couple of screens. Yeah, there's the Longhorn. That's Junior's armor that we were able to buy already. Here is a save point. It would be a good idea to prepare yourself for what's upcoming. Okay, we're back. Now, this is a little bit different than most times I've set up for boss fights. I haven't really changed much of anything here, save for you have protection against beam. Everyone else is pretty much the same. I guess I should probably have you on that instead, but it doesn't really matter. The bit of difference for the upcoming fight is the fact that I need more than 3 characters, mainly for storyline purposes, but anyway, I have Jin and KOS-MOS, which will be thrown into my party along with Xion for the upcoming fight, and we want protection against beam. We want boost, because right now my boost is on you, and I want to have display on so that we can see weaknesses and all that stuff. So I have boost with you and boost with you, protection from beam, null enemy counter on both because the boss allows to counter. That's pretty much it. I filled out a little more of the skill line there, but nothing substantial or anything like that. Haven't learned anything particularly useful. We've learned pretty much all the useful abilities so far. Most of the ones that are left, I'm not going to use. This place. First of all, that sound effect. It sounds kind of cool, but it can really break the mood. You'll find out what I mean as we go forward, but kind of weird. Whee! Man, darkness again.
What is this place?
I kind of gave up on trying to fight the darkness.
I'm okay. It's already passed.
Doesn't seem to matter which other filters I use to try and make the game run smoothly. It runs the smoothest with this particular one, but we lose some of the lighting. For that small concession, I will take not having to screw around with things 18 times a video.
What is this? A dead end?
Junior, look at this. These letters.
You may not remember
the same
this.
as the ones we saw in that floating landmass. Momo, can you read it?
But if you
And the angel
do
answered
remember,
and said unto the women, Fear not ye, for I know that ye seek Jesus, which was crucified. He is not here, for he is risen, as he said. That's the only text I can decipher. The rest isn't in my data.
yeah, if you remember at that point in time, Momo had said that she can't actually read it. She just remembers either seeing it or being told it or whatever and just recognizes it by association. But unfortunately, they've kind of forgotten that, or Junior has at least.
This material, is it crystal?
They're talking about the floor now.
It feels like some sort of crystalline structure.
This structure has the same composition as Xion's pendant. I detect this compound throughout the planet.
Okay, I haven't really mentioned it because the game also doesn't mention it, but now's the point where it actually has some kind of impact on the plot. Shion got that pendant from Kevin. Kevin was the little kid in the opening cinematic who got the pendant from his mother as she nosified right in front of him. The game doesn't tell us this. I think it might tell us this in a little bit, but it just ignores that whole thing that happened. And it kind of screws around with some of the, where the pendant came from and all this other stuff, and it makes more sense now that we realize, okay, it's resonating with something that's here on the planet since the stone originally came from this planet.
It's the same as this pendant? In other words, it's definitely not a normal room. But this little room is what Ormus wanted to protect?
Probably
This is
not.
not a dead end. I detect a large energy source from beyond this room.
But there's nothing resembling a passage.
What is this?
Multiple times in the same
Shion?
room?
Someone's calling me. Hey, Shion, are you okay? You've been looking pretty sick ever since we came to this room. No.
Shion.
And she's gone. Now we're going to figure out something that was kind of obvious already, but I said nothing.
Shion.
Who is that? Why do you appear before me? Tell me, who are you?
Shion. Abel.
Yeah. There's not really anyone else it could be. He was the only one who looked
This
like that
form
in
is
the
what
entire
you
game.
define me as. If you call this form Abel, then I am Abel.
I thought he couldn't speak.
You're Udu, aren't you?
Yeah, he's Udu.
I am just one of the ways that Udu is perceived.
Basically, we'll get database updates that confirms this, but it's Udu reaching into, because Udu is in a higher level of plane, right? This isn't, imaginary space and normal space. This is, the human realm and then the higher realm, basically heaven, if you want to refer to it that way. It's a good analogy. But he's or she's or it's or that entity is reaching down and inserting something into our realm for reasons yet unexplained.
Udu wants to know.
I guess he wants to know something.
Know what?
About the wills that desire a dissipating world. Everything about you. Everything about this world.
I don't know any of that.
Shion, are you feeling pain right now? Is pain a method to recognize yourself? Why do you all seek pain?
We don't seek pain, you're giving her pain. We've already established that she can communicate with Udu, that this is part of the thing with her trying to get her... What's the word I'm looking for? It's basically killing her, for lack of a better term. Her communication with that was part of the test experiments back in Milsha. We don't know how much she was actually experimented on, but she can communicate with Udu, and that's killing her, or at least that's part of what's killing her.
I don't know. I don't know either.
You don't know. I don't know as well.
We all know nothing.
No matter how much you hurt yourselves, no matter how much you hurt others.
Every time I hear that line, it brings me back to the opening to Chrono Cross. I miss Chrono Cross. Until I start playing it, and then I remember it's, oh, right. Yeah. The music makes me want to play it. Specifically that opening cinematic. Once you actually play the game, it's not a bad game, it just has a bunch of flaws.
It won't make you feel better. So why? Shion, why do you exist in this world? What does your heart try to see in the abyss of despair? Where is the real you?
The real me?
I'm here, I'm there,
not here.
I'm
I don't
sleeping.
understand. Where am I?
Okay, now
want
she's
to know.
confused.
What am I? who will define me.
You are God.
That's right.
Happy?
I'm alone. Only that song heals me.
The Song of Nephilim?
That's right. He is the only one who heals me.
Wait. What?
What I want is...
What's wrong with you, Shion? He's the only one who heals you? Who's he?
Shion!
Are you all right, Shion?
Looks like she's alright.
Yeah. I'm okay.
Are you ready for the continuation, completion, extension of a character change that's pissed me off all game long and even into the previous game? Too bad!
Nephilim?
Shion, what you seek lies ahead. If you wish to go forward, you must open the door by your own hands.
Isn't that how you go through any
What?
door? Unless someone opens it for you, I guess,
This
but...
room was sealed by the will of a woman who was able to call upon the power of God. She did this to prevent what lies ahead from falling into the hands of mankind. If her consciousness does not awaken, you cannot reach the truth that lies ahead.
A woman? Who?
Someone you know well.
I wonder who it could Yes, she's right
In the
there.
distant past, she laughed and cried together with you. She is your other half.
Yeah, I'm going to flat out say that at this point. The imagery is too obvious, and they're going to explain this very shortly anyway. But what they won't explain for a little while longer is other half in the distant past. What?
My other half?
Now, in order to save this universe, she must awaken. But this will force you to make a painful choice. Her awakening will erode and chisel away your life.
Additional
If you
evidence
were
for
to turn
KOS-MOS.
back here, no one would blame you. Everyone knows your pain.
My pain? No one knows anything about me.
Wait, what?
No one knows how I feel. I was always alone. Even when I called for help, no one listened.
What are you talking about?
The only one who listened was Kevin.
That's not true, Shion. Everyone listened.
This is what I was referring to a moment ago. Yeah, why are you doing this? Like, I understand, and I honestly do understand her characterization here and why she does what she does. It still pisses me off.
Everyone wants to protect you.
You're saying the same thing everyone else is.
The truth.
Then why didn't they save me? They
You're
stayed
not
away
dead
from me,
yet.
like I was some kind of a disease.
We're traveling with you now.
It would have been better to have been denounced or condemned.
Shion, please don't lose sight of yourself. Don't let his words overcome you.
You don't have to worry. I'll open the seal. But it's not for any of you.
Bitch!
It's for my own sake. And to take responsibility for what's happened to the universe.
That line is both selfish and not selfish at the same time.
Chief, wait! Why do you torture yourself like this?
Move, Alan. This doesn't concern you.
Whoa.
Yes, it does. I've always loved...
Still can't do it.
I'm worried about you.
You saw what happened. I summoned the Gnosis.
Uh-huh.
I caused the destruction of the universe and everything.
Can't do anything about that
Doesn't mean you
now.
have to take on everything by yourself.
And it wasn't by choice.
I mean, we're all... If we put our heads together, we can find another way.
You're so naive. The situation is already far beyond that.
Maybe true.
Alan, what power do you have?
Next to nothing.
Can you save me? Can you save my life?
We don't even know what's threatening your life at this point. Or how to do anything about
You don't
it.
have any power at all. If you can't do anything, then just shut up.
Bitch!
Chief. Shion, that's going too far. He loves you.
Thanks, Jin.
Chief, do you miss him that badly? Even with your body broken like that, you still have to see him?
You can see his broken heart at this point.
I've made up my mind. Leave me alone.
Shion, are you sure?
It's not just that, you know, she's going after someone else again. It's more her complete change in character that's breaking his heart. The fact that she's killing herself to go, presumably, to Kevin, who no one else aside from Shion believes will help in any way.
Yes.
This is that floating landmass.
Except it's got an atmosphere. I see blue sky. And birds.
No. It must be some kind of planet.
And it's not dilapidated and destroyed.
I see. Maybe it's a memory from when this land was alive. This must be Lost Jerusalem.
We have found Earth. Database update! There's only one thing in here at the moment, so we're just going to go on it real quick. It's an update to the Able line there. Basically, the first bit talks about his thing is Omega. He is the material or real form of the higher dimensional existence Udu, which exists without the concept of an individual, is defined exclusively in subjective terms by the observer. Hence why he keeps looking for, or he or she or whatever, has a physically male form, so I'm going to say he. And so he's always looking for someone to identify what he is, and talks to Shion like that, and seems to have done that with others as well. His imaginary form is the Ark, hence Abel's Ark. So his imaginary form, his Gnosis form, is that. He, as a higher dimensional being, he can exist as both in the physical and the imaginary realms, I guess. He acts in the capacity of the control device for Omega, blah, blah, blah. Yuri have used Abel to wield the power of Omega to use as a weapon against God, which seems weird to use God as a weapon against God, even though God is... I'm confused. Udu first discerned Abel's form during the time of Lost Jerusalem. So they may be going with it's actually Abel from the Bible. I don't think that's what they're trying to do, but you could look into it that way. At the same time, Nephilim also appeared during this time, so it may have something to do with Nephilim as well. I'm not sure what the link really is. It's kind of confusing at this point. This part of the game is both awesome and annoying at the same time. Yeah, this one is just Omega id. Doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, the upcoming part of the game is both one of my favorites and one of the most annoying. Most annoying for certain characterization, which I've already made clear, and one of my favorites for all of the references. So many good references upcoming. But that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.